Got the new Cameo in. This is the Cameo 5. If you guys seen the previous video, my last Cameo, I mean, it lasted me what, 12 years? I probably had made, I don't know how many thousands of stickers, but it finally gave up on me. I had to purchase a new one, so we're gonna try to definitely get these stripes done. And I did kind of run it by the machine, make it go up, make it go back down in 5-foot sections, and I'll tell you what, I don't think it's gonna be able to do it. I don't know, but I mean, I'm testing it out with stickers. It does work, but it just doesn't work for what I want it to do. So I'm gonna give it a couple tries. If it doesn't work, I mean, this is ruined already. This one's halfway. I got one piece. I really want it to work, but I don't think it's going to. So we're gonna go outside, and the Poppy's patina is in, so I think we're gonna just go ahead and just start sanding and get this patina going while we figure out these lines. I'll have to get with my friend Wedo at A1 and see if he was able to cut these lines for me, and if he did, or if he was able to, we'll just go pick them up and leave this for another day. Let's keep on going. Man, I don't like the way it sounds, but it's cutting good. It makes you nervous right here. Well, maybe just do that a few times. Just do it a few times. See, I think I was going too long. I just made a smaller section. I think that's 40 inches. And 40 inches is doing okay. I mean, I think it also has to do with where I have the machine set up, because when I was trying to do the whole 6 feet, like, it would get stuck, and then over here start making all kind of crazy noise. Oh man, it was nerve-wracking, but so far so good, man. So far so good. Ooh-wee. I almost don't even want to record it, because if it starts messing up, man, that's when I start freaking out. It sounds like the machine's about to blow up. Oh man, I'm gonna let it keep doing what it's doing, man. I'll cut you guys back. When I come back, if I'm outside, then it didn't work. If I'm in here, then I'll let you guys know it didn't work. But, oh man, that was nerve-wracking. I'll tell you what. I only have 40-inch sections, so I need to go outside and see. I mean, I know now that the machine can do it. I see where it's struggling, and I see where I was having the problems, was trying to keep the roll going straight for 6 feet. I mean, you got a couple things. The way that you feed it in, also, I mean, if it's cut perfectly straight, I mean, there's some variables in there, but man, if I got 40 inches, say if I got 3 feet, I know I can get 5. Let's go outside and measure. Let's see how long we need. I told you guys, if you saw me outside, it didn't work. Man, I wanted that thing to work so bad. But you can see we started on something else. Right now, my friend's doing a TikTok live, so I'm gonna let him do his thing for a little bit. But man, I think that idea for sure is a good idea. If you guys can make that work, man, please do, because that's a really cool idea to be able to put any color stripes on the trucks. But I'm gonna keep trying on it. Believe me, I don't like getting defeated that quick, especially not by a little tiny machine. But let me turn you guys around and show you guys where we're at. He's doing his TikTok live, but basically right now what we're doing is removing all the overspray, making everything nice and smooth again, and trying to get a good idea on where to start sanding. The patina is already in. The weather the next couple of days is gonna be a little bit rough. There's some rain, but I left him out here. I went inside to go try to knock that out, but it didn't work. So let me get you guys set up, and we're gonna start sanding. Start revealing some of the orange under here, some up there, some right there, some right there, some right there, and we'll see what it looks like here to the following day. Because yesterday, let's just say it wasn't going too well for me, and there was a lot of words that were coming out of my mouth that should not be recorded. But it's the start of a new day. I feel good. I feel blessed, and I feel a lot more inspired to get this thing done. So let's hop onto the tailgate and I'll tell you guys a story. Yesterday when Gilbert was here, I was inside trying to get these lines made up with my new Silhouette 5 Cameo, but it didn't work. It was a lot more frustration than I anticipated. So that type of stuff, the idea is good. It's a really good idea. It's just you need a better machine to make that work, or spend a lot more time getting that machine dialed in where it can cut this whole section all in one piece. Because I didn't want to have sections of this thing and kind of like have them pieced together. I didn't want that, because I mean, I know it's a DIY type job, but wherever you would see the two things joined together, if you look close enough, you're gonna be able to tell that, you know, it was put together. So it would have to have been a nice long continuous stripe around here. So Gilbert got on the phone with a couple people and was asking get a phone number to a pinstriper, and he did get a hold of one. And then yesterday we got a hold of him again, and it looks like he is 2 weeks out before he can accept anybody else's jobs. And we're not trying to wait 2 weeks to get some lines put on this thing. So look at the crazy idea that Gilbert's got. Dun dun dun. We're gonna pinstripe this thing ourselves. Yes, you heard it right. We are gonna completely screw up the truck. So this is what I bought, and actually I'm gonna pinstripe the truck. Stabilo pencils. It's more something more like a chalk style pencil. This is what I've seen at the shows. This is what I've seen on YouTube. This is what I've read online. This is what they use to kind of draw on, you know, kind of sketch out your design, blah 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 blah. And then you go back to your mineral spirits, and boom, those lines are gone. Okay, these are paper perforators in case you want to do a logo on the door. Speaking of door, I'll go show you how those came out. You draw a nice big logo on a piece of paper, and then you pretty much trace it with these, and it'll leave little tiny lines along your design. And then you push some type of powder. Some people were using like the powder from a string line, just some kind of powder. I've seen charcoal on somebody else's stuff. You push it through the little holes, and it leaves an exact drawing, I guess you can say, or a sketch on the door through the little tiny holes. And then you use that to paint your design off of your tracing. And these are our pinstripe brushes, and these are all Amazon, guys. I mean, this is gonna be my first time. I've never done this, but you know what, Gilbert's that type of dude that kind of pumps you up, and he says, I believe in you, man. I know you can do it. I know you can do it. And you know what, I've been wanting to do this for a long time. I'm not even gonna lie. Ever since well, I would say probably about 4 trucks back, I really wanted to do some pinstriping on it. Didn't have the funds, couldn't find the guy, so I ended up doing the designs with my vinyl cutter, and I did the pinstripe designs out of vinyl, and it looked okay, looked cool. I mean, it works, but we're gonna do some. I mean, he's so serious that he went to the paint shop and actually bought the paint that we're gonna use. So there ain't no going back. We need to finish the tailgate, and we decided just to paint it straight across. And I mean, since we do like this feathering, so we're gonna try to get that feathering back once we start sanding, instead of trying to play with that feather this way, because then that would kind of just lose the whole thing of why would this one be nicely completely painted and the one just slightly inches above it is pretty much all gone. So I'm gonna lay this out real quick. I'm gonna try to do this over here. So I'm gonna sand this, paint this white, retape this, and then we'll go from there. I am gonna go inside the truck and find the piece that goes right here and bolt it up and see if there's something that I can do where it would kind of like mimic this. I'm not really sure where this piece goes. I want to say it goes all the way to the edge. If it does, then I mean, there's really no point on wasting paint in here. But I want to say it goes all the way to the edge, and I think like right here. So let me go get that piece, and I'll be right back with you. Well, I mean, pretty much covers up everything. There's really, yeah, it goes all the way to the edge like I kind of remembered. So even if I was to paint these stripes, the tail light is going to cover this. So I don't think there's much we can do back here, honestly, besides just finishing that top stripe. And since we are going to sand right here, maybe I can try to do this further forward. Like if that was all the way up to here, and then I would just have to kind of just blend this sanding thing right here, I'll call that good. Now that I keep mentioning the pinstriper, I guess the pinstriper, which is me now, kind of sounds weird saying that, but I would have to come up with some kind of design to put right there in the center. Oh man, now that's making me nervous. So I know he bought the paint, so we are gonna do it. I just put 2 bolts on this. I'm gonna take this off, tape that up, tape the sides. Nobody wants to watch taping. Paper this off to the side, and I'll bring you guys back. Let's throw some paint on this thing, because yesterday was not a good day. I lost pretty much the whole day just fighting that little machine. But it's go time again. And I don't know if I've mentioned or if you guys follow me on social media, which I suggest you do. on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, here on YouTube. If you're not subscribed, please do. I will put up a post to the car show flyer that we are going to be having here in Kern County, here in Bakersfield, September the 20th. That is why we're doing this truck. This truck will be there September the 20th, and so will this one. LS swap going in here. So I will have a booth out there selling hats, sweaters, stickers, you know, the whole 9 yards. So Mr. Miyagi will be there, my 69. This one doesn't have a name, so we need to get to that here soon. And hopefully you guys can start thinking of a cool name to name this thing, because we don't have a name for it. That tow truck over there, once we get this one out of here, I have one more buddy that is going to come and bring his truck, because he has some issues with the frame, and we'll get that all sorted out. I think the bolt hole of where the shock goes in the front, it's starting to crack, so we're going to have to see if we can get in there and reinforce that. But enough talking, more sanding, more painting, and let's get this thing done. I'm actually not even mad at that. That actually looks too clean, considering we're doing a patina. I don't know. I have to change my mind now. Well, I don't think anybody likes taping. Or is it just me? That thing takes forever. I don't know where you guys are from. Well, I don't know where most of you guys are from now. Thank you guys for commenting where you guys are from. But what I was going to say is I don't know where you guys are from, but every time that you want to paint something, it starts to get windy. Or is it just me? Now, let me see if I can move you guys over here. Probably right there would be good. What I'm trying to do is mimic what I did here on accident and make that more towards the center. I'm going to be scuffing up the center anyway, so I mean there's really no point on putting too much paint there. So we're going to fade towards the middle and just let it sit for a while we're sanding the rest of the stuff. And see if I get some of you guys' shout outs out here. Russia was a good one. Man, shout out to Russia. Russia was out there. Germany. Shout out to Germany. Oxnard, what's up? I'm originally from Oxnard, so shout out to Oxnard, Ventura, all you guys out there in the 805. Texas was in the house, in the comments. Tennessee was in the comments. Who else? Oh man, there's so many. Albuquerque was in the house. Get some paint on here. See what it looks like. that sit for a little bit, let it air out, air dry. Because when it's wet, it looks one way. Once it starts to dry, it obviously looks different. But I'm fighting that wind. And if I spray this way, it's not what I want. I want to spray this way. Maybe if I could find a board or just hang tight for a few minutes. Let this wind kind of pass. Let this dry. Now I'm not too sure how this is picking up on the phone because we are under the canopy. It's a pretty warm day today. You can see I've already started sanding a couple spots just to kind of get a glimpse of what this is going to look like. Just remember to always kind of step back, check different angles, and you'll really start to get a kind of a glimpse of what it's going to look like while somebody's passing by, or while it's parked, or even like if you're going to take pictures of it. Like if I was to take a picture right here, boom, how does that look like? Like, see, this is eventually what we're going to be doing anyways, but that's just going to help me with the sanding. And that's only because this band is the last one. I mean, I could have just painted it all the way. I only have half a can. It's really not that big of a deal. As you can see, I went around following our old, so we should have our lines in there now. And then our band, you'll see that that thing covered everything up. And ooh, that wind pushed the canopy over there. Man, don't want that. So we'll let that dry. Let me get this bucket over here on the side. We'll start sanding some of this to start revealing some of this underlaying paint. All right. It is a very warm day today, so this paint does dry pretty quick. Let's see what this thing looks like. One thing that I have noticed that I am not very good at, get this thing out of here. This is a different tape that I ordered. This is actually like a stretchable type tape for cornering. But I was gonna say, one thing that I'm not good at, and I've noticed when I'm trying to untape these things, is knowing which tape goes on top of another. You know, kind of thinking ahead on when you're going to take them off, so it's not under another piece of tape once you get there, like this. Because if you start pulling on this, I did this as an example, but it's obviously here. When you start pulling on this, you pull it too hard, you can actually mess something up that's underneath it that you don't want to. So kind of, I don't know, just kind of think ahead on what it can do and where you're at when you're putting these tapes, so it's easier. See, this is what I'm talking about right here. See, this tape is under that one. That's exactly what I was talking about. Oh, let's see, get under there. Okay, that is not bad. Not bad at all. Cool. I like it. I dig it. So we'll let that dry up. I think I want to start with the door. Start sanding the door. The door is kind of like where most of the characters is at, because it's kind of where it gets beat up the most. Is kind of this area from your elbow. And then right here, directly in the sunlight. We'll probably do this later after we move the canopy forward a little bit. So I think we'll start with the door. And we'll start with the bed top right here. And then start blending these lines out. I did like this. That looks pretty cool. So something like this, something like that, I think is what I'm leaning for. Gilbert just gave me a call, said that he's actually at the store buying the paint for the pinstriping. So the pinstriping is a go. We are definitely going to try it. So if you're interested in, I would say, how to pinstripe, this is probably not going to be the video. But if you've never pinstriped before and you kind of want to try it, then follow along and we'll see what we can do. Because I had plans for the pinstriper to hook me up with something here, kind of something right here. But now it's like, if I'm the one that's going to do it, I'm trying to look for the simplest thing. Maybe something in here. And I really do want to try something around the hood emblem right here. So hopefully he brought a white. I think a white would be cool. A line right down the middle and kind of goes around this and does kind of something on the sides. I know I make it sound easy, but I'm pretty sure it's not. So, you know what is easy for me is sanding. Let's sand. Let's get dirty. Oh, okay.
You want to help,
You
Daddy?
guys running the camera.
Nanny, move. She's trying to be in the camera.
I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but I'm going to be using different, what is this? Different grits, I guess you could say. One is more of a harsh, and this is a fine. And I'm already thinning this out. I don't know if the camera can pick that up or not yet. We're not going to go for a lot. You see up here, it's already starting to reveal a little bit of the orange. So we're not going to go for crazy. That's not what we're trying to do. But we're trying to kind of trick the eye and convince the people looking at it, for one, that it's not spray cans, and two, that it's original, or was original. I'm kind of just almost as if I was washing the car and just staying in certain areas for a little bit longer. Like I'm trying to create this type of deal right here. So right here, especially right here, I'm sanding like this. You see how it's catching this edge? Because let me see if I can put it from the side so you can see. There we go. You see right here, the sun would hit this before it hits this if it's directly above you. Like if it was parked somewhere in the field for a long time. This is, most of the time it's not from the sun, that's from the elbow. Right here where the key's at. Let's see if I can grab my keys for an example. Now I carry a lot of keys because I have a bunch of vehicles that I move around, but if you were to put your keys here, eventually over time, right here would be pretty messed up. So, and then right here, I wouldn't sand side to side. Right here, I would sand down. Try to give some kind of fading going here, where this is more from the water going around this keyhole thing and kind of coming down around here. That's what I'm going for. Somebody pulled up. We'll just keep on working. I'll put this on a small time lapse. I'll just keep on going because this is going to take a I did that and I didn't like it. So, like I mentioned, I mean, it's just paint, guys. If you take off too much, what I did is I taped off my white lines and then spray right here, pull my lines back out, let it dry, and I'll get back to that. This is what I'm going for. This is a more natural look. That looks fabricated. So, you put some paint in there real quick. I did remember to number all my paints. Well, brown is the brown one, and then 4, this is a paprika, and then our number 3. Let me see if I can do it while I'm with you guys here, just to kind of, ooh, gotta shake that. I'm gonna go shake that. We'll come back with you guys. Just like that. So we'll let that dry, and then we'll come back and try to blend that back in. But that's what I was trying to show you guys. We're not 100% committed on anything. If you take off too much, then just put some more paint on it. And then keep going until you like what you see. It's just paint. It's just paint. For the top of the bed sides, I try to use more of a sandpaper to mimic the rocks and the bed being actually used. Not so much the fine tuning of fading paint, because this paint actually gets scratched and banged up. And I have 400, 800, and 1000. Just be careful when you use this stuff. I do use it wet. Try not to use it dry unless you're not very heavy-handed. I have a pretty heavy hand. And this will start taking off the paint pretty quick. So just imagine this making scratches more than actually removing the paint nicely. This is gonna mimic a couple of scratches. There's a couple spots right here. It's kind of hard to tell, but I'll get you guys in here soon. See that? That's bare metal. That's bare metal. If you were to do it with this, you'd sit there for, you know, quite some time. You get with sandpaper, get down to the bare metal, and you can use this to fade it out into the paint, more like this. But let me do a little bit more, then I'll get you guys in here so you see what it looks like. Utilizing different methods at the same time will create a different look, different illusion. Obviously the rougher stuff will take stuff off faster. This might take a little bit longer, but using different ones, like for example, we're gonna start doing this. If I use this, which is the wet sand 400, I'll scrape real badly into there, and usually the gasoline doesn't strip it completely, but it thins out the paint. So right here, where you constantly open and slam it, this paint will start to chip and it'll start to actually come off. The paint, as it goes down, will start to fade when you overfill your gas. So right here I'm going to use different techniques. I'll probably use the wet sand inside and here where the water kind of sits in there, so this paint, the white paint, the new paint on top, would be already coming off. Kind of getting here, kind of getting here. Now I'll use something like this to kind of feather it away and blend in more. And this gas, you know, gravity goes down, so this would be fading going down. You wouldn't have a fade going this way. You could, but most likely you wouldn't. This fade here wouldn't be from the sun. This paint would be fading because of the gas, and the gas would just, you know, trickle down this way. Let me get you in here so you can see. So we're just creating or mimicking what happens in real life. When you're sitting right here, you got your hand out the window, the grease from the fingertips. A lot of times, you know, a lot of us, we work on our own cars. We'll have WD-40, we'll have oil, and it'll eventually start eating up at this. Closing the door with your hand outside, kind of give it the bang bang. Here, the sun, your elbow. This is definitely the sun beaming down like this. Later on we'll work right here. The fenders are usually pretty beat, like I mentioned, from the mechanics laying on there, and there's usually always two mechanics or one mechanic flipping back and forth So both sides are usually pretty banged up. We'll scratch those pretty good. And then this is kind of what we're going for over here. This is bare metal. This will eventually, once I wet the truck and remove the canopy, you get the real rust color up in here, because it's going to be actually real rust. But we don't want too much of that. We want to just make it look like this white paint has seen better days, just like that. Oh, this is real. We're trying to mimic this in a nicer fashion. This just looks like it's peeling off. We're trying to create the illusion of it fading off or fading away. The more I sand right here, the thinner this paint is getting. So it's going to start creating different colors of oranges within the same orange, because you're taking off layers of it, and under this is all white. So just try to sand in random spots with different pressure, with different hand pressure, and you'll start to create this. You don't want to scratch here, scratch here, scratch here, scratch here, because then you're going to end up with spots. Spots. A lot of people do that. I personally don't like that. If you are going to scratch here, you're going to scratch here. Your next one should be across both of them and kind of blend them together, because the sun does that in real time. Man, this is cool. I like that. We might not even mess with that too much. But Gilbert's giving me a call. Let me answer him. He might be headed this way, and hopefully he likes what we got going on. Or hopefully he doesn't show up like, oh man, I didn't want to do a patina after all. I'm just sanding our life away here. I wanted to bring you guys back real quick just to kind of see different variations of how stuff is coming out. Like, oh, let me clear this lens real quick. There we go. Now, you guys remember that lip was painted, right? And then I was getting a lot of comments on me forgetting to paint under here on this side. But then I was checking it out with Gilbert, and we kind of like, what are you looking for? The kitty cat? Yeah. We kind of liked this piece right here being white on that lip. So, and then I was sanding it right now, and I don't know, I think that actually looks pretty cool. But I mean, like I mentioned, I gotta run everything past the boss. But what I was doing on that is getting an actual block or something flat, definitely not with your fingers, but something flat, and then running it against this lip, making sure that I don't curve it at all. Just kind of hit it flat, and then flat over and over and over, so then I can expose where that lip is at. So then I can use this as my tape line and then paint this white. But I don't know, if Gilbert likes it like that, then we'll just run it like that. But that's why I was doing that, because it's kind of hard to run the tape line on there, because depending on where you're looking at it from the angle, you can see right here that it kind of clearly goes right here, but then it might not be able to tape it as straight because they're not the same size. It's a little bit wider, and then it gets skinnier right here. What you got going on, bat? But if you hit it flat just on the lip, it'll come out looking like that. So it's a lot easier to use this now as your guide to put your tape and then paint it white. But I'll just keep sanding. And what's cool too is that as you're sanding, I mean, it does look really rough, but A lot of this is water sand, and this is actually like really smooth. So if somebody was to kind of like want to check it out, it looks pretty nice. And right here, all I'm trying to do is try to erase my tape mark or my tape line. Trying to get that to fade into the white. And the top line should be pretty good like that. I think it looks pretty cool. What else? Guess we're just playing with colors here. You know, just trying to see it in your head and trying to figure out what I have to do to make that happen. That is cool. I like that. That I had to fix because I didn't like the way it looked. That actually looks better. I just gotta leave that like that. Oh, I guess we'll just hop back here. Start knocking that stuff down. I'll move you guys back here. And we'll keep it moving. I think that's Gilbert. We're gonna record his reaction. He doesn't even know I'm doing this. Or at least the sanding.
A la madre, primo. What happened? Holy shit.
What do you think?
Looks good.
Yes,
Yeah.
no, maybe so.
I like it. See?
Well, it's obviously not done.
Ya le usó la nomás.
Nah, just this side. That side's fucking hot.
I know.
Yeah, I'm gonna do one side and then turn it around. Camera's on.
Oh shit.
Pinstriping.
No,
Bring you in. Wherever that was, he crashed pretty hard. What do you think about the door?
it's good.
It's cool,
Like
huh?
it, yeah.
Right here, I had to patch it up because I scraped it right here, but I didn't like the way it looked. So I just redid the lines and painted over. That's why it's still shiny right here.
Okay.
It's fresh paint.
That's good.
Yeah, it looks cool, huh?
I like it. Ahí se mira como more like the sun got here. Like,
Yeah, well, that's why I was sanding it more right here on this edge right here. Not too much to take all the color off. Aquí sí, because you know that's more of your arm and your elbow and all that. And that's the burn of your gas. And check out the tailgate. Well, we might as well wipe the tailgate down too, so you get that on the video. Because usually when I play back the video, I can watch it and I can notice
okay.
what it looks like
Antes.
and read all the comments, because they notice it right away. That looks good. That looks bad. Fix this. Fix that. And I put the chrome or the trim piece, and it does cover. It covers all the way over here,
Oh,
so you
nice.
can't even see right here. So I didn't really want to waste paint inside of there, because you're not gonna be able to see it anyways.
Pero no se me hacen. ¿Cómo se me dijo? No se me hace nada.
Trust the process. Trust the process.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so I want to go pick up one of my friends, well, actually my son's friend, because they're gonna hop in the pool. It's a pretty nice day, and I left Gilbert to keep handling this. And I know, you know how I was doing this right here, and I wasn't really happy with it. I wanted him to check it out, and he actually knocked this one out in the front. And I actually like this better, so I'm gonna mimic the back to match the front. So this actually looks better to me, and I am gonna just get these white lines back. I think what had happened the first time, well, I know what happened, is I had ran the tape just over the top, and this time we'll, you know, run it across the top, make your lines match, and then cut it and then wrap it, and then make sure you get some paint back there. So let me put some more paint, and I put all my stripes back, you know, because you know, I do shoot upwards to get this fade, but we're just gonna get some paint back on this little edge and then take it back off.
Que va a llegar en 5 minutos, que era mirar los reinos. Y ya mañana, ¿verdad? Pues dale que manda foto nomás.
¿Por qué los quieres mirar? Mejor tráetelos.
No van a estar puestos, güey. No traen las llantas ni las balas.
No, pues si lo más te va a emocionar por nada.
Chingo de jale, güey. La mera neta. El güey que diga que esta manera es fácil, podemos botarlo así.
they say on SpongeBob? 5 hours later.
Oh, I know.
But look, guys, check it out. We're doing the final wipe off of all the sanding. What's up, Mama?
5 minutes
Oh,
later,
thumbs up?
dice, pues, Paco.
Oh, it took more than 5 minutes. 2 hours.
Said when they were gonna
This
finish.
is what we got so far. I think we're gonna wipe it down. Might call it good. I think we're already. It is getting a little late, so it starts to get dark. You don't really want to do too much of this when it's dark. But I did take a few pictures. Of the perfect imperfections.
Oh man, I scratched it.
This is where we're at so far. Let us know. Thank you guys for following us on this one. Might get rid of this one. I think that one might be good if this one's gone. I do like taking the videos, not just for myself, but for you guys that I do watch my own videos and see.
Hey, we'll read the comments.
Oh yeah, we definitely read all the comments. When I watch the videos and see what I liked and what I didn't like and what can be fixed, because the Poppy's patina, maybe this red right here looks kind of random, kind of dots. Other than that, everything looks pretty cool. Maybe right here a little fixing. I'll show you what. Let me hop in here. Got this top rail. And then went around the lip. Not too crazy, just enough to get you that hint of orange. We left the top white. We didn't mess with it too much. I think this will eventually start to fade its own self with the times. Ooh. But there it is. There it is.
What do you think called?
Rattle can patina paint job. The wheels are in.
Yes, sir.
The wheels are in. They just got here right now. We seen the picture of them, and ooh, sick. They're the wheels. The tires are not mounted on the wheels. That's why we didn't go pick them up. And plus, we needed to finish this because we want to put the Poppy's patina on this. And I did mention that we are going to pinstripe this thing. We did open the containers just to kind of see the colors. So you got a white, you got an imitation gold. It looks kind of like a dark, like a mustard almost. And then oh, he's also got a atomic orange. That's the colors that they had in stock. And I'm gonna open them and see exactly where I want to put them and how I'm gonna put them, because like I mentioned, I have never done this myself, but I think we could figure it out enough to do something nice right here. Maybe get rid of these two so we can get something in here without it kind of making your eyes go to the side.
Bye, pues.
And I think that's it. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys come back, and we're gonna keep going on this thing. Wheels and tires, Poppy's patina, and Poppy's patina, pinstripe, and what else? Oh, wheels and tires.
Put it back together.
And put it back together. Bumpers, chrome, everything. By next week, this thing is gonna be nice roller. Catch you guys on the flip side.